8radio.com.
On today's Glory Days show, it's another installment of the 2014 Football Extravaganza.
Last week we had reports from Atlanta, Chicago, and the Jets.
This week we'll hear from Steve Lanza about the Dallas Cowboys, and we'll also talk to Rocky Klever, a football player.
And if you stick around to the end, Mr. B will do the song. And I'm going to take the ALS Ice Challenge live on this show. Glory Days coming up right now. Hello again, everybody. Today is Saturday, August 23rd, 2014, and you are watching the Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco. My name is Paul Discofani, and this is my good buddy, Bruce Oler. Matt Martin is behind the glass again today, and you are joining us on InRavio.com. Or are we now the InRavio Network? Any of the above,
all right.
Okay. We are broadcasting here from the InRavio studios in the Village Music Shoppe in beautiful Mastic, Long Island, in the great state of New York. Good morning, my friend.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing okay.
Good. I went to see Jimmy Buffett the other night.
Did you wear a parrot on your head?
I did not. There were a lot of parrot heads there, though. I'll tell you that, you know?
Did you get in? Where did you have to park? Because I understand that when there's
I
Jimmy
parked in
Buffett
Field
concert-
6, which is on the south side of Ocean Park.
And how do you get to the?
You
walk?
There's like a
shuttle?
there's a path.
It's a
path.
walking thing.
So yeah, you walk over to where the bathhouse is, and there's a path that takes you underneath.
Oh, wow.
And then you got to walk about another 3/4 of a mile, probably to get to the stadium.
Wow.
To get to the theater.
Because I understand that they start like the day before.
Yeah. They do, and there's a lot of tailgating that goes on. So it's not like a great use of all the spots that are there. Yeah. So there are people in Winnebagos. I don't know if they sleep there overnight. Some of the people look pretty lit up, to tell you the truth. I was kind of glad that we were away from the action, that we could probably just get on the road and get the heck home. I mean,
Did you you've seen Jimmy Buffett before?
Yeah, that's about the third time I think I've seen him. Okay. So. And it's good. The thing that surprises me is, well, it surprised my wife, how packed the place was. I mean, there really wasn't an empty seat in the place,
That's good.
And these are not cheap seats. No. We were sitting about as far away as you could. We're in section 26, which is all the way up on top.
Yes.
I think we had to walk up 5 flights of stairs. There were people that they had oxygen masks, But and it's not a cheap seat. It was $100 for that seat that was way in the back there, man.
Wow,
so
what do you think
I don't know what the people in the front, they must be paying
say.
$400 or $500.
Did you go over to the beer garden?
I did not. I think you need a VIP pass to get there.
No. There's the beer garden on the right, which is a VIP, but on the left is the public beer garden.
I didn't know that.
And but the beer is $14 a can.
Oh wow. Kind of like going to Yankee Stadium, I guess. Huh?
Yeah. Oh no, it's like going to a strip joint.
I see.
Only you don't get the breasts.
You don't get the lap dance. Okay.
We went to see It's the first time I've been there this year. When we went to see Jackson Brown
and John
Fogerty a couple weeks ago, and so we went into that area, and it's a whole area that is just dedicated to alcoholism.
Huh.
You can first of all they got a.
Well, that's a Jimmy Buffett, crowd. It's an alcoholic crowd, I think.
Let me tell you, they were making money.
I'm sure.
$14 a can.
Yep.
And I just was like, wow.
He was great, though. I'll tell you what, he did about 6 or 7, though, covers.
Really?
He did Brown Eyed Girl by Van Morrison. He started out with Summertime Blues by Eddie Cochran. Played a Grateful Dead song, Scarlet Begonias. The guitarist came out and played Little Martha, which is a song on the Allman Brothers album, Eat a Peach. It's an instrumental. But I think the highlight really was, and at the time I saw him at the Coliseum, he played this song before, Southern Cross by Crosby, Stills and Nash.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, because that's a sailing song, is what that is, you know.
Did everybody get into the fins to the
Yes,
left?
yes. Fins to the left, fins to the right.
All righty. But this here is a sports-related show.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, so we're getting close to
Football
season. That's right. I mean, some teams already had, I guess, fantasy leagues have already had their draft.
Yes.
Our draft is not till next week.
My son's draft is Saturday in Atlantic City.
Tomorrow.
They're going tomorrow
today.
to Atlantic City.
Today.
I mean today,
Yes,
Atlantic
okay.
City. And they're doing their draft in Atlantic City. He had another draft in another league on Wednesday night.
Wow.
So I guess we've been helping you prepare. We've had 6 reports so far.
Yep.
Right? And today
And
we're going to
2
hear
more.
from the Dallas Cowboys.
Right.
Right?
Steve Lanza.
Right.
And then we'll talk to our good friend, Rocky Klever.
Yeah, we're just getting started here on the Glory Days. Part 3 of the football extravaganza,
Wow.
shall we call it?
Yes.
Okay. So let's take a break. When we come back, we'll have our first guest on the hotline, Steve Lanza, and he'll talk about the Dallas Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Still to come, former Jets tight end Rocky Klever, a real football player.
Yes.
So stay with us. You're watching the Glory Days show with Bruce and Disco, only on InRadio.com. We're coming right back.
The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRadio.com. An all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRadio.com. InRadio.com wants you. InRadio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRadio.com/join the team. For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Welcome back to the Glory Days Show with Bruce and Disco here on the InRavio TV network. It's time for our hotline guest.
So waiting all day for this.
I love the little music.
Jimmy
Alrighty. On our phone is a good friend of the show. His fantasy football team may be in ruins, but he still shows up to the draft year after year. Please welcome our good friend and fellow Renful owner, Steve Lanza. Steve, how are you?
Hey, how you boys doing?
Good, man.
Doing all right,
I only
man.
come for the hot dogs, you know that.
And this year they will be plentiful.
Will you have sauerkraut too?
I will have kraut.
Okay.
Because I know that's your favorite German word. We'll have the little onions, onions. But it depends. You know, we just don't know how much Mike Swan will take of that.
Well, that's true.
You know, these things happen. Anyway, so we are here to talk about. First of all, thanks a lot for helping us out here.
My pleasure.
And I'm looking at
enjoy
this
looking for-
graphic
I always
we
look
have,
forward
and
to
you
it.
got a picture of you holding the cup. I guess you were giving it to Disco. Disco's cropped out of the picture.
I crap myself out.
You know. And
He'll be
speaking
giving it back very shortly.
and speaking of pictures, you know, I know we're going to talk about the Dallas Cowboys. I wonder if you have any comment about Jerry Jones in those pictures that surfaced a few weeks ago, where he was in a vaguely suggestive pose there. You know.
Listen, Jerry Jones. All right, here's a good question for you. Is he a good owner or a bad owner?
I think he's a good owner.
Listen, he's an okay owner, right?
He's an excellent owner. He's just a terrible general manager, and that's the problem. He's the owner, and then of course he has Steven, and he has Jerry Jr., and now he has Charlotte, and that's the Dallas Cowboy organization.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a whole lot of football history there, which is why the demise of the Cowboys began soon after Jimmy Johnson left.
I mean, last year they finished 8-8. They didn't qualify for the playoffs.
Well, let me just interrupt you for 1 second. You know, in the division, in their own division, they were 5-1, and it came down to the last game of the season against the Eagles, which if they would have won, they would have won the division and gotten to the playoffs and been 6-0 in the division. So don't dismiss them so quickly. Now, they're awful, but that's just I think that's just a reflection on what the NFC East has turned into.
Right. Well, I mean, he threw, Romo threw 31 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions.
Yeah, no, that's a good year.
That's a great year.
He got hurt again, though. He said
Well, he only got hurt
twice in 2 years.
the game before the final game.
Yeah,
Orton, and that's the other thing. When the Cowboys lost that game to the Eagles, it was 24-22 with Kyle Orton at the QB.
Yeah.
So how good are the Eagles? I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
Right. So what do you think this year? What are we talking here?
We're probably 8-8 again. Well, they lost. Their defense is been the big topic,
Right,
and they've lost Ware, and they lost Sean Lee again, and they've got Skandrick suspended for 4 games. He's one of their best corners, and he's going to be, I guess, back at about the 5th game of the season. They also lost this guy Devontae Holloman, who was one of their linebackers. He's going to have to be retired. He hurt his neck. It's similar to David Wilson, and he won't be there. So the Cowboy linebacking core is in shambles.
Right.
We don't know much about them. They're there are a bunch of no-name guys now outside of maybe Barry Church might be the only guy that might jump out on the page at you. That's about it. But they've been compiling decent draft picks and a decent offensive line, and I think they'll be able to keep Romo upright most of the time, and they'll open up some holes for DeMarco Murray, and I think the Cowboys will put plenty of points on the board. Now, the defense is going to give up plenty. They're poor tacklers. That's the first thing. Hopefully, Kiffin's going to have them tackling a little bit better. But be honest with you, I don't know what they're going to turn out to be. They're a bunch of no-name guys. Now that could be good. You know, they were 8-8 with all those guys last year.
I mean,
How
last year,
much worse can they be?
Last year, based on what I was reading there, they surrendered 6,645 total yards last year, which they said is the third worst in NFL history.
Yeah, not just
all of NFL
exactly
history.
Right. Yep.
You know what I mean? You know, and the record, by the way, is the 2012 Saints, who
And
lost
we're gonna
all their
get it.
players,
Yep.
had no coach, and they did 7,042. So I don't know. Do you think they break that record this year? Is that something that
no,
you shoot for?
I don't think so. I think they're going to be a little bit better just because they'll play with a little chip on their shoulder. The problem that I see for the Cowboy defense, I don't see any problems with the Cowboy offense. They're not only that, they have a pretty deep bench too. They're going to be interesting to watch. But the defense, with the way these penalties are going to be called this year, with the holding, if the Cowboys cannot sustain stopping somebody on 3rd and long and then get called for a defensive holding penalty and give them another four downs to go down the field on them. And that's going to be a very key factor when it comes to their defense. They're going to have to try and play with the least amount of penalties. And that's not something the Cowboys have done lately. They've been penalized quite a bit. So I think that's going to have some impact on them.
But they have to really start winning their games at home. I mean, obviously, they just can't seem to beat the Giants at home.
Yeah.
I think the Giants has won every game that
They are not a
played
dominating
in
team at
Dallas.
home by any stretch of the imagination.
Except for last year.
Yeah.
They said in 5 years at Cowboy Stadium, they're 23-18. in
Yeah,
the new
no,
stadium.
they won there. They beat them for the first time in the new stadium last year.
Okay.
So,
Now,
but
they also-
the Cowboys start off at home against the Niners, 0-1. Then they were away at Tennessee and St. Louis. You never know, but they don't have a divisional game till the 7th game of the season.
They
They're
got
at
the,
home
the
against
49ers, the
Giants.
Rams, the Saints, and the Seahawks.
Yeah,
First 4 games.
yeah, little problem.
But you know what? I mean, they do have, again, the Giants aren't a powerhouse anymore. Philadelphia certainly isn't a powerhouse.
I think they expected to win the division, though.
We don't really know for sure what Washington team is going to show up.
Well, with RG3, let's not forget Washington made the playoffs the year before.
Yeah.
So they're not that far off. They just had a disaster last year internally, I thought.
But it's that there's no real dominating team in the division.
Definitely not. It's
Yeah.
wide open. They're very similar to what the West was a few years ago when they were all running into each other and doing nothing. Now these teams will have a chance to maybe rebuild and kind of refocus. And the East was the class of the NFL for many years until recently.
Right.
But now, don't all the teams in the East play the same? Aren't they going to also play the 49ers, the Rams, the Saints, and the Seahawks?
I believe what will happen with that is there's
They
always
play
like
the
one
other
or two of
division,
those
right?
teams are off that.
Okay.
They don't all play the same.
Oh, that's
but
right. Whoever
was
came in last,
place,
I
which
think.
would be Washington,
Right.
won't have. They might not have the Seahawks.
Right. All right. So
play
they.
the Rams. But I'll say this: the loss of Ware is going to be felt more than anything else. Sean Lee, they were used to playing without him, but they need a pass rush, and I don't know where they're going to get that from. They have that guy Selvey, George Selvey's defensive end. He's probably the only guy that might get a few sacks for you. A couple of names to watch is the safety. One of the linebackers, Kyle Wilbur. No one really knows about this guy. Nobody really knows about any of these guys. But Wilbur and this guy, Amon Dixon, is a strong safety. And, they're two guys, as a Cowboy fan, I'm watching, I read about them in their practices, and they look like they might bring something to the table.
So what do you think? Another 8-8 year, or would you take an 8-8 year?
I'd love to say 9-7, but I don't think that's going to get me any place. So
you
I'd
know
rather
what? I'm gonna ask
Stone
Sammy
Man.
Stone.
Right.
Sammy Stone,
That's right.
tell me the future.
Okay, ask me.
Will the Dallas Cowboys make the playoffs this year?
That ain't gonna happen.
All right, so you
heard it from the
heard
expert.
Hey,
straight
listen, I
from-
could have told them that.
straight from Sammy Stone that they're not going to make the playoffs. All right, you want to make an announcement right now before we let you go about who's available on your football team?
Oh, sure. I mean, I have Michael Floyd available, Kyle Rudolph available, and also Jeremy Macklin available.
All righty,
Plus
so if
Cam
you are-
Newton, if anybody's interested.
If you're a Renfrew owner, give Steve Lanza a call. We
There you
got
go.
4 more days. Or
And
3
I
more
have
days
four.
before.
I have 4 names for you guys now. 4 names to know on the Cowboys. Okay, just to keep this in mind: Sid Durso, Alex Herms, Jackie Bob, and Jordan Elizabeth. Those are the 4 newest additions to the Cowboy cheerleaders. They're very, very attractive.
Okay. All right.
And if you want to be excited about the Cowboys, look those guys
Listen,
up.
when
Well,
you
I'm
talk
excited
about
already.
when you talk about rookies, that's exactly what you're looking for. All righty, Steve. Thanks a lot for taking the time.
All
helping
right,
us
boys,
out
see
today.
ya.
Good.
We'll see you next week.
Sounds
All right.
good.
For the draft. All right. That's our good pal, Steve Lanza. All righty. We are going to take another break, and when we get back, we will have a real football player on the phone. Okay? We'll talk to former Jets tight end Rocky Klever about the upcoming football season and anything else that we can come up with.
Good.
So stick around. Mr. B will do a song for you at the end. You're watching The Glory Day Show with Bruce and Disco, only on the Enravio TV network. Coming right back.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural,
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice, and we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
Enravio.com wants you. Enravio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to Enravio.com/join the team.
Hi, this is Tony.
And I'm Dan, and you're watching.
Dear Dad.
Oh, wait, you're not watching it yet, but you should be every Thursday at our new time from.
7 to 8.
That's the new time. Dear Dad on Enravio.com.
Only in radio.com.
Where else could it be? Tune in.
On the internet.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Welcome back to the Glory Days Show with Bruce and Disco here on the Radio TV Network. It's time for another hotline guest. All right, on the Glory Days hotline is a good friend of the show who has actually played the game of football. Professionally. He played for the Jets in the mid to late 80s with some of the more beloved players ever to wear the green and white. He's a member of the Alaska High School Football Hall of Fame, and for some reason, he actually takes our phone calls when we call.
I don't have a choice.
Please welcome the lovely and talented Rocky Klever. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing very well. How are you guys doing?
We're doing okay. We're kind of excited for the football season. We've been hearing from correspondents over the last couple of weeks about teams towns they live in, Atlanta, Chicago. Today we heard about a guy about the Dallas Cowboys and stuff. So do you kind of still get excited for the football season?
Yes, and you kind of have good timing because I was at training camp, the Jets training camp, on Tuesday.
Wow.
And
I mean, they look good. You know, the training camp now is a little bit different than it was back in the 80s, but no, they look good, and it was kind of fun to go, and you know, they always have good food now, so I'll go any place for good food.
Do they? Are you concerned at all about the offense, about the Geno Smith issues? He seems to be a guy that has a grasp of the offense.
Well, you know what? I mean, I think we've talked about stuff like this before. I don't really get concerned. I mean, I'm not that excited about it, but I want to see what Marty Morningwig does because, as you guys well know, he and I went to college together. He was a freshman when I was a senior, and I always tell you guys he was a really good quarterback, and I keep trying to wait to see if he's going to come up and, you know, like have his own offense and do his own thing and be kind of an exciting offensive coordinator. So I look forward to the year. You know, I hope Geno does a great job, and I like Michael Vick.
So, Rocky, with him being a freshman, you being a senior, did you ever abuse him at all?
Well, there's some stories that I really can't tell.
I see. Okay.
Not even the PG-13 version.
No, we used to gamble a lot. We used to, play like little poker games and stuff like that. So there were some things with a group of guys that sometimes Marty, as a young guy, we'd make him do things and bring stuff and, have beer and food and stuff for us. So
I see.
We never had problems, though.
Okay.
No naked poker?
No. I think that's, kind of with, you want to have girls involved in that, I think.
Well, that is
But I
true.
don't want to say anything bad if it was all boys playing naked poker because, the NFL is a little more politically correct with stuff like that. So
yeah, we did want to talk about Michael Sam for, he didn't get drafted until the last round. Probably, I think, the third or fourth to last pick. Do you think he makes the team? Or if he doesn't make the team, if they'll be bringing up the fact that he doesn't make the team because he's gay, because of the distractions?
I don't know. I only saw a couple highlights of him this preseason, so I don't know how he's doing. There is a lot of pressure on the Rams on whether they keep him, and maybe they might be worried they can't cut him without getting some backlash.
Right.
But I think that Fisher, he's got it under control, so
I
think he can get away with doing whatever he wants, based on performance.
And again, that was what I think the point that Tony Dungy was trying to make when he talked about it being that he wouldn't have drafted him because of the distraction.
Right.
I don't think he was disparaging him as a football player. It's just everything that comes along with the package, the media coverage, the everything that goes around.
The scrutiny, yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard thing.
I totally agree. I mean, of all the guys, Tony Dungy's, probably one of the nicest guys who ever coached football in the history of football.
Right.
And, I mean, I knew right away he didn't mean it that way. He just meant, like, some coaches probably said the same thing about Tim Tebow, and some might have said the same thing about Johnny Manziel and Mark Gastineau. It's like some coaches don't like Bill Belichick can be a matter of fact about things, and that he doesn't like distractions and get away with it,
Right. And listen, they lived a whole year with Tebow. You know, or as long as he was there. You never heard, it wasn't the zoo that it was here in New York. You know, when he was here.
Yeah.
I don't know. You mentioned Manziel before. He's the type of quarterback that, I don't know, he seems like a guy that is going to get it and he's going to understand it, but he's going to be one of those guys that the media is going to hound him no matter what he does.
He shoots the bird to the Redskins, so I mean, you know, this guy's got a little growing up to do, I think, first of all, you know.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure they were giving him a bad time. And of all the things you're supposed to realize is I'm on TV, I probably should not flip the bird.
There's like 500 cameras there, man, or something, you know.
Right.
Especially everything he does is on camera, no matter what.
It's back to front.
Yeah, I mean, it would have been better if he grabbed his crotch, you know. Because it was kind of a wimpy flip the bird. Didn't you think it was kind of like a kid flipping the bird that doesn't really know how to flip the bird?
Yeah, it was half-hearted, I thought. You know?
I think it was something that he had started to do and couldn't pull it back. You know?
Yeah, and then he had to think to himself, why did I flip the bird? Like, people don't flip the bird anymore.
No, you know.
Yeah, you got this one too, right? You know, I know you can't see when you kind of put your finger to your nose. You know, your fist.
And you
to
make
your
the
nose.
little fingers, the little finger.
Like, he should probably practice that more if he's going to flip the bird.
What have you seen from since you were at the Jets camp? You got to help me out here. I have Eric Decker in my fantasy football league last year, and I don't know.
Last year too.
You had him last year too. So I don't know. I have a keeper league, and I'm trying to consider whether I should be keeping him or not. Now, obviously, he had 11 touchdowns last year with Peyton Manning. They threw 55 touchdowns. Yeah. The Jets threw 7. You know, the whole year last year. We're in a scoring-only league. How's that? I mean, why would he come to the Jets? Is he trying to prove something?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, on Tuesday, he caught a couple long balls, and you know, if Marty doesn't throw the long ball to him, he's kind of crazy, I think.
Yeah, well, they didn't. I don't think they had anybody last year that they could do that with.
Well, they didn't. Did they have anybody last year?
No.
At receiver position. I mean.
No, I mean, how does Stephen Hill look? Is he recovering? He's a guy that I think could stretch the field.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I didn't even notice. I did notice Decker. You know, of course, you know, he is a white guy out there running deep. So, and he was open, and they got him the ball. So that was one of the more exciting things that happened on Tuesday is getting the ball deep.
So who do you like in? Who do you think is a good guy you'd pick in fantasy football? That's not an obvious guy. I mean, I don't want you to get in trouble.
I mean, I think you can. I would like to get Decker again, but just later, you know. Yeah. And I got him later last year because I had Manning, and those two guys together got me a lot of points just as a combination.
Right.
So I think you now when in a keeper league, do you have to waste a draft choice to keep him, or do you just get to?
Yes, you keep him and you skip around because you keep him.
Oh.
So that's why I'm and my other guy, you know, I am, by the way, the champion of last year.
I think you should protect him, Disco.
I'm sure you think I should protect him.
Got second place, and it was because of Julio Jones. I had Julio Jones too, and when he got hurt,
he went down.
That killed you.
Weeks. Yeah, trying to fill in.
My team was 75% Peyton Manning last year, so the rest of my team was almost non-existent. You know, you can win a lot of games when your quarterback is throwing 5 touchdowns a week.
Yes.
That's why, I mean, I don't understand some fantasy guys that, like, make a big point about getting a running back.
Right.
And I did know that, I mean, there's a lot of good quarterbacks. I had Trent Richardson, and he blew.
Oh, that was terrible.
Right. I mean, that was agonizing.
I mean, didn't you think it was a really good idea when it happened?
Oh, yeah.
Play the game on the field, though.
I was like maybe 6th or 7th pick, so I didn't get it. But in our league, whoever got Adrian Peterson the first pick, I mean, that looks like a mistake too now, right?
Right.
It does.
Exactly. Hey, can you hang out with us for a few more minutes?
Yes.
All right, we're gonna take a short break, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna continue talking to Rocky Klever. I want to talk a little bit about the controversy over the Washington Redskins, some of the new NFL rules, and maybe we'll get into the Christmas pickle.
Oh, jeez.
All right, we're coming right back.
All right.
Yeah.
Larson from the 505 on Racing Show, live every Monday night from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Watch as I dive into everything from NASCAR and motor racing, only on InRavio.com.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural
And organic.
but strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
The Bully News Network, coming soon to InRavio.com. An all-new weekly show highlighting the latest news and information about the epidemic of bullying. Join Scott Hislop as he explores the issues with Dr. Michelle Golland, along with parents, teachers, and school officials, and many others affected by bullying. We'll tell stories together and work toward finding a solution to this rampant problem. The Bully News Network premieres Tuesday, September 9th at 6 p.m. only on InRavio.com.
Welcome back to the Glory Days show. On our hotline is the NFL, the former Jet NFL player, Rocky Klever.
Yes.
And thanks for coming back.
Well, first of all, didn't my agent tell you guys that in my contract I don't talk about the Christmas pickle anymore?
Oh, all right, sorry. We'll scratch that.
We
from
made
the
that
list.
a deal breaker.
Yeah, no Rocky if we can't talk about the Christmas pickle.
Unless I get some sort of royalty from the actual pickle company.
Have you bought a Christmas pickle yet, by the way?
No, I think I just carry one around all the time.
Oh, our producer, Matt Martin, doesn't know anything about the Christmas pickle.
Of
And he
course
doesn't
not,
want to
he's too
know.
young.
He seems to be intrigued, though.
All righty, let's talk about
So
the...
anyway, wait. Now,
yeah.
getting back to the Eric Decker thing,
Okay.
can you wait like 4 rounds and then use him
No.
for a pick?
No, I can't. We can't do
You
that.
have to declare your protected
have
roster
to-
well
right.
before the draft
So
starts.
if you protect...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so if you
I
protect
mean, don't
him...
use him because you could. I think you could still get him like in the 3rd or 4th round. Don't
Right.
use him.
So I'm thinking that maybe I don't protect him. And if he's
Yeah.
available, I'll pick him up again.
Right.
You know, I don't know. My other guy, the other guy I have a problem with is Josh Gordon.
Yeah, he's
You
going
know?
to be
Yeah, 'cause
suspended,
he's
isn't
out
he?
now, right?
Right. As far as I know, he might be suspended for the whole year.
Right.
So,
are
but
they
if he's
gonna-
only suspended for 4 games, I might keep him.
When are they going to announce that?
They better announce it before Tuesday when we have to put in our protective vest.
Cut it down.
Anyway.
Well, the only thing is, though, I mean, I know they were saying the quarterbacks. I watched them play one preseason game, and they were blaming stuff on the quarterbacks, but he didn't catch the ball at all.
Yeah.
No, not at all. You know, and
I mean,
they also said he looked like he was just going through the motions.
Well, that's probably what he's doing.
When you're stoned, that's what happens. Man, you know?
Right.
It's hard to play under that condition, especially
Yeah.
if you know you're going to be suspended for the whole year. What's a joint
Well, I
here
like
and
the
there?
Pittsburgh Steelers 2 running backs, too.
Oh, the Bell and
Bell and Blunt. And, you know,
Blunt. Yeah, right.
It's kind of an appropriate last name for what he was doing.
Yeah,
for the
exactly right.
Blunt,
Yeah,
you know?
he got in a little trouble too, didn't he? You know.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, and maybe that's why there's no. It's good that there's no football team up in, you know, I mean, for we talked about Peyton Manning last year, about after that part of his contract with Papa John's was to get franchises.
Right, he bought a lot of franchises.
He
right?
got like 25 Papa John franchises. You don't think he's making more money with Papa John franchises in Colorado than he is playing football, I think.
Oh, wow. Well, I mean, where I live, all the Papa Johns have kind of gone away.
Really?
I'm not sure if they went out of business, but, you know, 5 years ago we had 5 or 6 around here, and then they're gone.
Wow. They're all relocating to Colorado and Washington.
I don't know. I mean, you know, there are some places that don't have good pizza.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe.
And you know, somebody told me that that's because of the water.
They
That
say
the
that about
water is
bagels
different.
too. I don't know.
That they
you know?
can't make a good bagel or make a good pizza because the water is different.
Well, I've heard that too, but I think Papa John's probably delivers their own dough, don't you think? I don't think they
I would
make
think
their
they
own
make
dough.
it. I don't see the guy in the back of Papa John's kneading flour and dough together. You know what I mean?
And you know they have those big Hobart mixers that are like 100-quart mixer that can make dough, and you never see those in those places either.
No, they don't have to. They just pour it out of a bag.
Yeah, right.
It's already because they don't want them to use too much, so it's pre-measured. You know.
Hey, Rocky. You know, one of the things I guess the NFL did in the preseason is moved some of these extra points back. It wasn't at all games, I don't think, but
I
it was
think it
for
was
a
for the
number.
first 2 games for everybody.
What do you think about that rule, or that
I don't
potential
know.
rule change?
I think it's one of those things like, you know, why mess with it? I mean, it's been there forever. I mean, the scoring points and stuff, it'll mess with, you know, who's the scoring leader and all that if they start missing them.
Right.
I mean, I don't know. Why not just kick it? I don't know what the big deal with it is.
I don't know what they. I mean, just because it's almost automatic. I mean, I just don't.
You said it. It's almost. I mean, it's not automatic.
It's
really
not
isn't,
automatic.
you know?
You still got to kick it. It's
Yeah.
like the thing with baseball when they talk about why do they still
Right.
throw 4 pitches for an intentional walk? Because if you want to walk a guy, that's what you got to do.
That's right.
You got to throw 4
Yeah,
pitches.
right.
Just leave the game. You know what they really should do is stop messing with the kickoffs. There is nothing more annoying as a football fan being at the stadium, right? You're getting all pumped up, you know, everything's crescendoing, and the guy's going to kick it off, and he kicks it off through the end zone, and the play's over. There's nothing more
exactly.
frustrating than that. Why are they doing that? They should be bringing the return back to football. You know?
Exactly. I think so, too. Now, if anything, you know, there are some collisions with, like, the wedge guys way back there, and the wedge guys are all getting to be, you know, they're like 300-pound, more than 300-pound guys. I mean, if anything, you make it so they're all skill position guys, or bring them up a little bit so they have to run back like a punt. I mean, maybe don't let them do the wedge thing, but don't change it that much. I'd like to see the ball caught on the 1-yard line, and they have to run it back.
Right, exactly. That to me was my best, my favorite thing.
And it's really an exciting part of the game too. It really is.
Hey, Rocky, we got about 2 minutes left. I wanted to ask you about the Washington Redskins. Not so much the controversy over it, but during the week, Phil Simms came out and said that during his broadcast he's not going to use the word Redskins.
Oh, okay.
Ooh. He's just going to call them Washington.
Yeah, I mean, that's okay. I don't care one way or the other, but if I would, I mean, I can only say myself, if I were the owner, I would change it just to double the revenue from a new, everybody would have to buy clothes, wouldn't they? I mean,
Right.
if you're a fan.
You know, you always get right down to the heart of it.
It's always about the bottom line, isn't it? You know?
But that is absolutely
you know,
right.
You guys said it. Being from Alaska, where we, have a pretty good-sized Eskimo population, Native American population, then Montana, where there's reservations and Native Americans. I mean, it is kind of a crappy name. It's not like Warriors, or it's not, like the Seminoles that I guess they can say it's kind of an honor to be called that.
Right.
Some people say. I mean, a Redskin is, a pretty derogatory term,
You know what it is? It's just that you don't think of it as a derogatory
Well,
term.
it's true.
Because it's not used in popular culture. I mean, no one even uses the word Redskin. It's not like the N-word and some of the other words that people are trying to stop people from using and stuff. I never used it as a derogatory term for an Indian, but then again, I don't usually.
No.
I don't have a lot of Indian friends. I have a lot of the other Indian friends.
I mean, there's some bad derogatory terms for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So I just think it would be a way to make people happy and make more money. So I'm like,
it sounds
I don't
like
know
a
why
good
it wouldn't
deal.
change,
All righty, man. We got to go. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll talk to you during the year sometime.
Let's go Jets.
And we'll talk to you before Christmas, and we'll send you a Christmas pickle.
On the house.
Yeah, that sounds really good. Just make sure you send me a really large, extra large Christmas pickle. Me, size matters.
All right, okay.
Thanks, man.
All right, see you.
Thank you, Rocky.
Thanks. That is that is a good friend of the show, Rocky Klever, and it's fun to have him on.
It always is.
All right, if you made it this far, hang on for a few more minutes, and we'll have a real treat for you. We're going to take another break. Mr. B is going to do a song, and then right after Mr. B's song, I am going to do the Ice Bucket
The Christmas
Challenge.
Pickle Challenge. No. Okay.
Be right back.
All right.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit hansoncarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural.
And organic.
But strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
The world of advertising has changed. Radio, TV, and newspaper revenues have declined drastically. Why? Because businesses have realized that advertising return on investment isn't what it used to be. So what can we do about it? Well, that's easy. Advertise online. Own a local restaurant, real estate agency, or even a national retail chain? Whatever your business, InRavio can get your message out there, and we can do it at a fraction of the cost. Call today and see the difference for yourself. This isn't TV. This isn't radio. This is InRavio.com.
Welcome back to the Glory Days show here with Bruce and Disco here on the InRavio TV network. At the end of every show, Mr. B does a song for us, and I guess that's part of the sports show with a twist that we like to talk about. But we have an additional twist for you. So right after Mr. B's song today, I am going to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. So you want to stay tuned for that right after Mr. B's song. So Mr. B just finished seeing...
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, yeah. Jimmy Buffett, and he's going to do a Jimmy Buffett song for us today, a pencil thin mustache.
He did not play this song the other night. But I love the song, so I figured I'd play it. Now they're making movies in old black and white, with happy endings where nobody fights. So if you find yourself in that nostalgic rage, honey, jump right up and act your age. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston blackie kind, a two-tone Ricky Ricardo jacket, and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. I remember being buck-toothed and skinny, writing fan letters to Sky's niece Penny. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, and I could solve some mysteries too. Then it's Bandstand, Disneyland, growing up fast, drinking on a fake ID. And Rama of the Jungle was everybody's wanna. Only jazz musicians were smoking marijuana. I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could solve some mysteries too. Then it's flat top, dirty bop, cop in a field, rubbing on the living room floor. So sore, they sent you off to college to gain a little knowledge. All you wanna do is learn how to score. Now I'm getting old, I don't wear underwear, I don't go to church, and I don't cut my hair. But I can go to movies and see it all there, just the way it used to be. That's why I wish I had a pencil-thin mustache, the Boston blackie kind, a two-toned Ricky Ricardo jacket, and an autographed picture of Andy Devine. I could be anyone I wanted to be, maybe swave like Errol Flynn or the Sheik of Araby. I only had a pencil-thin mustache, then I could do some cruising too. Brill cream, a little dabble, do ya? I could do some cruising too.
Tony.
And I'm Dan, and you're watching...
Dear Dad.
Oh, wait, you're not watching it yet, but you should be every Thursday at our new time from...
7 to 8.
That's the new time. Dear Dad on InRavio.com.
Only InRavio.com.
Where else could it be? Tune in.
On the internet.
For over 60 years, Hanson Carpet has put the customer first, providing only the finest quality products and service. And Hanson Carpet is so much more than just carpet. We also carry a wide selection of window blinds and shades, and our licensed and insured technicians can service any of your flooring or window covering needs. Browse our huge selection of laminate, carpet, linoleum, vinyl, and tile. Stop by our showroom today or visit HansonCarpet.com. No matter what your project, Hanson Carpet has got you covered. InRavio.com wants you. InRavio provides the best in TV, film, post-production, and so much more. And we're growing. Right now, we're looking for a team of pros that can join us. So what are you waiting for? We need show hosts, production crew, marketing gurus, sales experts, audio engineers, lighting, visual effects, and camera crews. We want you. Go to InRavio.com/join the team.
Transmission of lice occurs from being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Like catching a cold or a flu.
You have guaranteed peace of mind in every bottle of Got Lice because all of our products are completely natural.
And organic.
But strong enough to cover all your lice removal needs while being safe and effective. Our professional technicians are specially trained with our exclusive proven technique to successfully comb out head lice. We come right to your home at your convenience.
Whenever you want us.
We bring everything needed to perform a successful and complete comb out while eliminating your head lice. And we leave you with our exclusive complimentary products to use for the next 10 days following our treatment.
For free.
Our technicians also check all family members who have been exposed to lice. Please visit us on our website today at gotlice.co or feel free to call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at 646-257-0121.
All righty, we're back on the Glory Days show here on radio.com. We're going to do the Ice Bucket Challenge. I just want to thank our producer, Matt Martin, for taking care of the show today. We had our guest today, Steve Lanza. Rocky Klever. We will not be on next week. We're going to take the week off for Labor Day. We'll be on the following week. Thanks for Chuck and Bonnie for putting up with this nonsense. And I'm about to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. I want to thank Sal the Catman and Dean for, I guess, challenging me. But I also want you to know, my father had muscular dystrophy. I thought that was a terrible disease. This is even worse. So I am not going to challenge any individual person. I'm going to challenge all of you. If you have your health, if you have a good family, and you have the means, donate to this great charity. Don't do this, because it's just not worth it.
I can't wait to pour it on your head, my friend.
All righty, let's do it. And this is real ice and real water. Oh, wait a minute, I have my watch on.
Here we go.
Take my watch, please. All righty, we ready to do this? Is that hot boiling water?
It's not hot boiling water, my friend.
All right. Wait a minute. Okay.
You ready?
For all you guys that are going to enjoy this, it's the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Okay.
Oh. See you in 2 weeks.
InRavio.com.